Is it possible to have a big day out with your family and not have to pay for it with a major crash health-wise later? As a mom with chronic illness, my answer to that is yes. I don't have time to crash for a week or 3 days or weekend at a time. I've got to be on tomorrow. So if that sounds like your pace of life, what's going on for you, then I want you to hear my 3 non-negotiables to be able to survive having a big family day out and a high energy day. So welcome back. I'm Virginia. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. Thank you so much for this time that you're spending with me today. I was recently diagnosed with 2 autoimmune disorders, so I am literally rethinking all the things that I would normally say in terms of coping regarding marriage, regarding relationships with your kids, your career, yourself, and your own identity. So let's jump into this today. Oh my goodness. So my 3 tips that are absolutely just non-negotiable for me. Number 1 is yesterday was our big day out at a water park. Number 1 is don't go bankrupt on your big day. Whatever it is, if you are overextending yourself, getting yourself to the place where you don't have any spoons left, and if you're not familiar with spoonie language, I'm going to try to remind myself to put that in the description box below so you can watch that video. But if you don't have any spoons left and you're going emotionally and physically bankrupt, you're in trouble. You've signed yourself up pretty much for that standard complete crash, whatever your crash looks like. So if that means you're not able to move, you're not able to navigate life for a week at a time, then that's probably what's going to happen. You're going to repeat that pattern. So try to save some reserves for the big day. Y'all, still tripping over my words here. So what that looked like for me was I did go get in the wave pool with my kids. I did do a couple of slides and got in the lazy river, did all that. But what I noticed afterwards is also, if you've ever been to a water park, there's a lot of stairs. So I did the stairs back and forth, up and down this hill, that hill to go to the slides. And my husband was like, I'll hang out with you in the lazy river. After that, I'm done. I'm going to go sit down. And so I was like, you know what? After we did a handful of things, I was like, I feel good. I feel satisfied. I feel like I got out there, had fun with my kids, but I don't want to push it too far and then not be able to go to work the very next day. So I'm not the next day, but the following day. I want to be able to go to work 2 days from now. So I decided at that point, I felt like I had enough energy. I felt satisfied with how I engaged with the family, felt satisfied in terms of things that I did. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go take some time and just enjoy sitting with my husband in the shade. So I actually got to sit down with him, enjoyed that time in the shade, and I had enough energy to be able to do a handful of other things with my kids. Like we were able to have a packed lunch together, which was nice. We also stopped at a snowball place that my kids, I've been taking them since they were itty bitty. So that was fun to be able to take some pictures by the water. So we still got to do all those things. And my kids didn't have an irritated mommy after going to the water park. So that was a win probably for everybody, just to be completely honest with you. So that would be tip number 1. Don't go emotionally, physically bankrupt the day before. Whatever that big day is, don't do that. The next day, I highly recommend, usually people want to throw out their routine. They're like, I'm tired, I'm done. So they'll completely throw out their routine. And so what I would say is, you might want to press pause on that just for a little bit. Try to keep some of those things in your routine that are restorative. So some of those things in my routine for me that I knew that was going to be really helpful was I knew that I really, really need to make sure that I'm taking my medication as prescribed. I'm taking my meds, I'm taking my supplements as prescribed. Those are going to be the best things to safeguard me from having some sort of huge autoimmune disorder flare. So that would be number 1, is to find those things that are in your routine that are your non-negotiables. Is it your sleep hygiene? Is that your non-negotiable? Is your non-negotiable making sure that you're able to sleep in a place that feels comforting for you versus sleeping inside of a car or on the way back from some sort of big event? I don't know what that is for you, but find those things, that are part of your routine that are going to kind of keep you lifted as your body is recovering from doing something that it doesn't usually do. This morning I got up and my youngest child, I was just kind of checking on the kids, seeing how they were doing. My body was definitely feeling more sore than normal, and I was asking my kids, because I was like, okay, is this a side effect of one of my other medications? Because I literally just took one of my biologics 2 days ago, so I'm still in that window where I can have some side effects. And so one of my kids said, nope, I'm not sore at all. I'm like, okay, good for you. My other kid said, yeah, I'm a little sore. I'm a little achy. And I'm like, okay. And so we ended up doing a little bit of some ointment. There's some, it's like this lotion that we use. It's more of an oil than a lotion, but it has some things in there that are just restorative for the body and just for sore, achy muscles. And so I'm like, let me just rub a little bit on this on you. I've already got some on me, and we're just going to make sure that we're just taking care of ourselves. So that was something that was just restorative for me and for one of my other kids this morning. So that third tip that I would say is, I would say make sure that you're being really, really well hydrated. And so when I say hydrated, I mean drinking good quality water. And so when I say good quality water, I mean not just necessarily filtered water that's coming out the tap, but if you have an opportunity to get one of those additional things where you can filter the water even that comes in to your house to drink, that would be really restorative for you. Also making sure that you're getting enough electrolytes. Double check with your medical provider to know what that looks like for your body, because I'm not a medical provider. I can't give specific medical advice. So, but I know for me, my body enjoys being able to have one of those little electrolyte packets. And I have one that I use that doesn't have a lot of the fillers and weird things and sugars and stuff like that. So it literally just gives my body exactly what it needs in terms of the minerals needed to refuel itself. So I'm making sure I'm having good quality water. I'm also putting those electrolytes in it just to give myself just a natural boost without a lot of the other sugars. Bonus tip, all right, just because I was thinking, ooh, this is really important. Sometimes when we're kind of in a more recovery mode, we have lower energy, we like to overexert ourselves, we like to keep our schedules packed. We want to maintain that same level of energy, or we just completely crash. And so my bonus tip for you would be to make sure that you have a low energy day, that you keep low energy. So what I mean by that is that you're not trying to balance it out with tons of sugar, tons of caffeine, and lots of processed foods. I feel like I probably stepped on some toes there. So try to have things that are going to be more restorative to your body. So having foods that are nutrient dense, if you can already have them in your refrigerator or in your freezer ahead of time, that is gold. If you don't have those things already on hand, maybe that's a time where you need to just kind of order it in. So for me, I try not to order stuff if I can help it, y'all, because number one, it's expensive. Number two, it's expensive. Number three, I don't want to wait. I want it to be right there. So I try to have some of those things in my freezer for sure. Sometimes they're in my refrigerator as well. And I probably should do a video on that at some point. On what does Virginia's freezer look like? Because I often refer to this as like, oh yeah, in an emergency situation, just grab it out your freezer. And people are like, what do you mean? What do you have in your freezer? How do you have this stuff in your freezer already if you have an autoimmune disorder? Like, that doesn't make any sense, Virginia. So probably at some point I'll do a video on that so that y'all have an idea of how do I get my freezer full of these very nutrient dense things that are just very easy for me to do in terms of easy access. So I'm not spending a whole bunch of extra money door dashing or getting something at some drive-through somewhere. Like, I don't have money to be throwing out there like that. So but those are the tips that I have for y'all. Please make sure that you're taking really good care of yourself. Do something that's also supportive and caring for somebody else in your life. My name is Virginia. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. Thank you so much for this time that you've taken with me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I do ask that you hit that subscribe and also turn on that notification bell so that you're getting updates in terms of new videos that I have coming out. Till next time, bye.